Narcissists never say sorry. Although they may seem charming, narcissists never say sorry. They also never try to repair the damage they have caused, and they never admit their mistakes. From a distance, a narcissist with a plan can appear charming, confident, and even considerate. Nevertheless, there are a few things that narcissists never do, especially when it comes to relationships. They never say sorry, they don't try to repair the damage they've caused, and they never admit their mistakes. Experts in this matter say that this is due to their egocentric and domineering attitude, which often lacks even the slightest glimmer of basic empathy. In any relationship, whether romantic, platonic, or familial, disagreements are common. Not only are they common, sometimes you offend or hurt someone without even realizing it. When this happens, the best thing to do is to offer a sincere apology to rebuild trust and learn from what happened. The goal is to try to prevent it from happening again. The more socially and emotionally intelligent you are, the more likely you are to not just apologize, but to try to do it as effectively as possible. A person who is emotionally competent and mature approaches situations with sincerity, openness, and a desire to make a difference. That being said, what happens to narcissists? Studies, such as that of Justin Leunissen and Konstantin Sedekis of the University of Southampton, make that abundantly clear. Narcissists don't always feel guilty about the bad things they do, which is why they never say sorry. This means that although they feel socially pressured to make changes, they feel internal conflicts and even suffering when they do. This is because they are struggling with their own desires. Narcissists never say sorry. Masterson, 1981, reminds us that narcissism is located on the continuum. At the lower end is what is considered normal. People who find themselves at this end of the continuum have their self-esteem more or less under control. At the other end we can find the pathology defined as narcissistic personality disorder. People with narcissistic personality disorder need to build and protect an inflated self-image. Thus they protect their weak and broken down inner self. More than anything, they want to project perfection, arrogance. What happens when a narcissist commits a crime? For example, what happens when their partner points out their lack of respect or selfishness? The truth is simple. The narcissist cannot take responsibility for anything. If they did, they would be in conflict with the image of perfection that they try so fiercely to uphold. Narcissists want everyone to agree with them. They don't want any contradictions. Andrew P. Morrison is an expert in narcissistic personalities. In his introduction to Essential Papers on Narcissism, he argues that the main goal of narcissists is to find a mirror person. They want someone to agree with them all the time. Narcissists prefer to relate to people who constantly remind them of their virtues. They want everyone to be the mirror of Snow White's evil stepmother. Every day this mirror told the queen that she was the fairest of them all. If you tell narcissists about the mistakes they've made or feelings they've hurt, it's almost impossible to get them to say sorry. They don't want to do it because they don't feel guilty. Narcissists lack empathy. As such, they simply cannot understand why the other person is hurt or why they are worried. Additionally, it should be mentioned that when you consider that narcissists see relationships as a way to get things, they have no problem telling the other person that it is their problem. As you can imagine, this kind of dynamic can easily damage a romantic relationship. Narcissists never apologize to make you believe it's your fault. We now know that narcissists never say sorry. This can lead to something even more complex and contradictory. It may not seem like it, but narcissists struggle too. They suffer a lot because they always feel frustrated and bitter. Low self-esteem puts them on a constant battlefield of trying to get the biggest gun and the most impressive trophy. Their need to exploit perfection, efficiency and vanity often drive them straight into a wall of reality that does not tolerate that kind of attitude. When a person apologizes for a specific situation, a narcissist will make them feel like it was their fault. Why? Because they don't understand. Because they don't see things the same way, or because people will think they're weak or ignorant if they apologize. Without even realizing it, a narcissist can shift the blame onto you as quickly as you can blink. Don't forget that narcissists are skilled manipulators. As such, you may end up giving them an excuse. What can you do about narcissists who won't say sorry? We should also mention something that we talked about at the beginning. There are many kinds of narcissists. At the higher end of the spectrum, we find narcissistic psychopaths. These are people who seem to be completely functional and normal. But they are also very good at emotionally hurting others. Narcissists need specialized help. They need therapeutic intervention that helps them learn things like antisocial reasoning, self-esteem, illusion of superiority, acceptance of their own imperfections, and empathy, among others. They must be fully aware of how they are harming others with their behavior, attitude. If you are in a situation where you have to deal with a narcissist every day, then there are only two options. You can either act respectfully or not. Additionally, you can help them change and get professional advice, or consider distancing yourself from them. Many cases depend on the type of narcissism. There are large variations along the entire spectrum. So don't lose hope. There are many options out there. If you have a family member, partner or friend with this trait, help them understand the impact of their actions and encourage them to get help.